Welcome everyone, my name's Tess Robinson and welcome to today's Reputation Management and Repair webinar presentation. And I'm going to be covering your online reputation. So I've got a question for you. Just how valuable is your reputation to you and your business? It's amazing how many businesses out there don't seem to know just how important it is and just how valuable the web has become to a lot of businesses and how vital your online reputation is to stay in business. Today's presentation is going to focus on what the current market is and what's out there and what you can do to benefit your business, to get more customers in the door and how to go about improving your online reputation. On that note, let's dive on in. First off, we're going to start with our current marketing services. I'm sure you get pitched on this stuff all the time, and I promise you I'm not going to try to sell you a single thing. But things like web design, web development, web analytics, email marketing and copywriting are all major players in the market. What's happening, unfortunately, is that now there are so many businesses offering these services that at times the customer can get completely lost in the enormous amount of information that's out there. And Google updates the way it ranks websites on a regular basis. The way that people use the internet for business changes constantly, and this means that a business needs a marketing strategy that can evolve to take advantage of this constant reassessment. Since the most recent Google Penguin update, the way that websites are ranked and local businesses are displayed has changed dramatically. And Google now places far more emphasis on social proof, and they regard comments about your business in social media and authority directory review sites like Yelp, Google Local and TrueLocal, and comments found on sites like Twitter, Facebook and Pinterest from real people about your business carry far more weight than traditional search engine optimization methods like link building. Now, I'm not going to talk about all of these tools, but I will just briefly touch on the four most important and the ones that have the most impact on your business. So websites are still one of your most important online marketing tools, and it will usually be the hub of your internet marketing arsenal. However, it can't do it alone, and since many corporate and business websites lack fresh, informative content, it can become difficult to maintain a high rank. Google have made it clear that they give preference to websites that have new content on a regular basis. This is why blogs attached to your website are so effective. So while you may still be getting many calls from SEOs promising to get you to the top of Google's first page, what you need to remember is that it is actually impossible to guarantee that today. No one can promise you the #1 position because Google's constantly making major updates to the way that they rank sites. Now, an SEO can get you to the first page, but without fresh content, you'll actually lose that place quickly. And they may well do more damage to your website than good by placing dubious backlinks or using outdated Google ranking information. Now, one of the more common methods is to get you to the first page by targeting such unlikely keywords as car repair Prius Pagewood or risotto restaurant nights Earlwood that are so specific that no one would actually use them to search for a business. So there isn't any competition for those keywords. But it's far more likely that you'll want to be ranked using specific keywords such as restaurant Earlwood or car repair Pagewood. But for high competition keywords, Google will constantly reassess and look for fresh content and signs that the site is used and liked, and they currently like to do this largely through social media and online review commentary. Now, you may have noticed that especially since 2007 when the iPhone first came out, everything's gone mobile. There's been a huge mobile boom. And a good example of that is a game like Angry Birds. And the makers Rovio have actually earned a massive $500 million in less than 5 years just selling their mobile apps and games. Now, the point is that local marketers like myself are also going in and selling mobile and responsive websites because, well, let's be honest, it's a vital resource in today's market, with over 48% of the entire web search market for local business, and that is when someone goes into Google, types in a business name or industry locally, odds are that 48% of the time or more they're going to be on a mobile device, and if you're not appealing to them, over 70% will leave your site and won't want to work with you because they just can't use your site easily. I'm not even going to go into text message marketing, email marketing, and video creation because there's just too much. But the powerhouse four are web design, mobile, SEO, and social media. Now, believe it or not, you do need to have a presence on the relevant social media sites so that you can engage with your customers. There's no official number of how much a Facebook fan is worth or a Twitter follower. But what is very easy to do is to track the effectiveness of social media and whether it's having an effective growth on your business by tracking where your fans and followers are going from those social sites. This is not too difficult to do, but unfortunately, not very many businesses are doing this, and most are simply paying for a Facebook page and maybe signing for a Facebook service, paying $600 a month to have a company just post on your Facebook page regularly. But that's just not enough and really isn't actually very effective. In reality, you need to do a lot more than that. And many people, including people in my industry, really do think that that is enough to get you a full social media presence. Now let's go ahead and talk about the massive shift that's happening in the industry at this moment. The fourth and vital tool in your online arsenal is social media. And I've talked a little bit about how Google now has a preference for comments, likes and reviews on social media and highly regarded review sites. Currently we're seeing the largest change ever. It's actually very surprising for us because some of the figures we're going to show you are going to make your jaw drop. Previously everything was a very, very web-centered internet. Website, SEO and web topics were all you needed to think about. You didn't need to worry about mobile or social media or your reputation or any of those things because it either didn't exist or wasn't so important. But it started making a big change in businesses' income and revenue. Now we're talking about the last 10 years. Nowadays, in the last 4 years or so, we're seeing a more mobile-centered internet. But unfortunately, the mobile market's only a small piece of the pie, but it's actually taken up most of the focus for quite a long time. But when you think about it, what has been the major thing that keeps you in business? And it's really your reputation. Your business's reputation is so vital and so crucial that if you're not taking notice of what your customers are saying about you, you could be out of business in a very short time, simply because you're not tracking your current reputation. Now, what Google has been doing in the last 24 months is that they've been taking a huge, and I mean absolutely huge, stance with regard to online reputation. So what we are seeing now are Google scores popping up and taking them from sites like Yelp, TrueLocal and other sites. Google's displaying these not only next to your Google result, but if you were to advertise in Google, your score would also be displayed. And if it is an average or poor score, you could just be losing a lot of money out of this. Now what if when you started advertising your score was good or no score? But while your ad runs, you receive a bad review, don't realise it, and keep paying for every click or impression with very little hope of new business. If your score is less than your competitors, you could be losing a ton of money because your consumers will start going to your competitors. So what do you think a customer would do if faced with a 2.5-star score compared to a 5 out of 5? You can see how much money you can lose when Google's actively promoting these scores and reviews. So I've got a quick question for you. Do you know the current number of consumers who actually check online reviews? Do you know what that percentage is? Now, according to Census's latest results, in Australia, 63% of internet users have read or do read online reviews. But in America, Zendesk reports the figure is as high as 90%. So Australia is generally a year or so behind America in online marketing. So it's very likely that we'll see these same figures in Australia within the next 12 to 24 months. So currently, nearly 6.5 out of 10 of every one of your customers is checking online reviews. Now this is huge because if you have bad online reviews and a bad reputation, then you're literally dooming your company because from the beginning they're going to have a negative opinion of you and you're going to lose a customer who may have chosen you if you had a good score. So really you need to act now, and if you don't have reviews or a score, you need one because you're also losing out to the businesses who do have positive reviews. Because if you saw a business with a 5 out of 5 star review compared to a 2 or 3 out of 5, or even a business that doesn't have a reputation, which would you choose? Now I'm not even going to answer that question because it's really pretty obvious, isn't it? Now, I've got another question for you. What percentage of consumers do you think trust online reviews? Not just read them, but actually trust online reviews. So this is going to really blow your socks off because the figure is 80%. This figure is the same in both Australia and the US. And both Census and Zendesk 2013 survey research has brought these figures out. So 8 out of 10 trust online reviews as though it were their friend or acquaintance recommending a business. That's a huge statistic that you have to be aware of, and that will definitely affect your bottom line if you don't keep track of your reputation. Now I've got one last question for you. What percentage of consumers are actually influenced by online reviews? 78% are influenced by online reviews, and in other words, they're not going to go to your store simply because they read an online review that was negative about you. They will go to your competition. 78% are just not going to associate themselves with you. As you can see in this recent Zendesk survey in the US, an overwhelming 90% of respondents who recalled reading online reviews claimed that positive reviews influence buying decisions, and 86% said that buying decisions were influenced by negative online reviews. So my question to you is, do you know your business's online reputation score? On Google, for example, is it a 1 out of 5 or a 5 out of 30? Or is it a 5 out of 5 or a 30 out of 30? Now, it's very confusing because Google are actually changing from this scoring system that gave a score out of 30, to a far simpler 5-star rating method. But currently you may find that you have one or the other or both. And to take it a step further, when you see your score on Yelp or TrueLocal or Urban Spoon, they give you a score in a percentage. So is it a 43 or a 98%? Because if it's 43% and the business owners don't change anything, then customers are going to wonder why they would want to give them their business. Now, if it's a 98%, I'd say they're probably going to want to go there. So my question to you is, you have this reputation that's so critical and vital to your business. So what will you do to protect it? Now let's take a quick look at your current score, see what your reputation is, and then we then look at how to make some major changes to your business to make yourselves look better in the eyes of your consumers. Now there are a number of things we can do that can really help. So what can we do for you? Well, what we can do is directory repair services, and this is quite a complex process. Let me go ahead and explain it in quite a bit of detail. One of the things a directory repair service does is it allows us to go ahead and have a pretty in-depth look at your current online reputation. We go ahead and completely change the way you're currently listed online. This doesn't make a massive difference in the eyes of the consumers, but it does make a lot of difference in the eyes of Google, Yelp and TrueLocal, because they'll see that you're truthfully trying to make an attempt to improve your reputation. You're trying to go out of your way to make things better and have your company perceived better online. So that can boost your ranking. Even if you have a less than stellar reputation, you're still going to get ranked ahead of your competition because your reviews are fresh and current. Now, one of the things I'm sure you know already is page 2 of Google's considered a graveyard, and anything beyond that totally. Very few people do go to page 2. And you think about it, how many times do you go to page 2? So fixing your reputation on Google can help your websites rank and put you on that first page. So let's go a step further. What else can we do with directory repair? Well, we would first check what directories you're listed in, how well filled in your profiles are, so that all your information lines up. So if you have old coupons or old phone numbers, we go in and fix all that. Make sure that all your information is consistent. You'll find that all of these sites want to see your information to be exactly the same all over the internet. Now we can also find which directories you're not in but should be and sign you up to online directories like Yelp, TrueLocal and Yellow Pages. Number 2, what we also do is reputation marketing. Reputation marketing and reputation management are very different. With reputation marketing, we're marketing or advertising your reputation, whereas reputation management means maintaining your directory listings. So if you have any bad online reviews, we know exactly what you need to about you. If those online reviews start piling up, or if even one negative online review is available, you need to know about it. So with reputation marketing, we go in and actively monitor your reputation. We talk to your customers, make sure they go ahead and give you a positive 5-star reviews. And then we get you looking really good in the eyes of your customers, your consumers, and Google. So reputation marketing is one of the most delicate systems we put together, but even more importantly, it's only one piece of the puzzle. When we go back to the beginning, we started talking about web design, social media, and mobile. So think of it like this. If you have a great reputation but a terrible website, they're going to wonder what's up with you. Or if they can't access you on their mobile device, or you don't have a presence on Facebook, they may go ahead and just forget about you. Now the point is that reputation is becoming more important, and you need to both manage and market your reputation actively. Luckily for us, Google has gone ahead and made it the most important piece of the puzzle. So reputation management and marketing are absolutely vital for all businesses today. The point is that reputation is becoming more important. You need to both manage and market your reputation actively. Now, Google's gone ahead and made it really the most important piece of the puzzle. So reputation management and marketing are absolutely vital for all businesses today. But you have to do it properly, and this is what Go Viral Now does. We go ahead and maintain everything. We do the entire process for you. It makes your life so much easier. So I want to go ahead and give you all a special offer. If you're interested, all you have to do is go ahead and contact us after today. We'll give you a free online reputation report as well as a customer service ebook. And we'll also give you a great tip on how to make a genuine and polite request to your happy customers to give you good reviews. Now, customer service is the one area that a large number of the complaints stem from, so it's often one of the areas that you can immediately make changes to your business. Call us at Go Viral Now any day so that we can send you out your free reputation report and ebook. So on that note, I'd like to thank you for coming today and giving me your time. I'll open the webinar to questions, and if you have any questions, please type them up, email them to me, and I'll do my best to answer them all. I apologise for this webinar not being live. However, we will be conducting live Google Hangouts and Q&A opportunities. So if you'd like to get in touch with me and book a Google Hangout regarding your online reputation, just give us a call.